Clean space wall cap. If you have a crawl space with open-top block walls, you'll need to install clear wall cap on top of the walls to stop water vapor from coming up through the walls. The wall cap is 4 inches by 2.5 inches. If you install the long leg down the wall, it will cover the top edge of the clean space. Install fasteners to hold the wall cap in place on the wall. You should lay a bead of caulk where the wall cap meets the sill plate. In some cases, a bead of foam from your foam gun will work better. The idea is to stop air from inside the block wall from getting into the crawl space, since this air comes from the outside and from the earth, and it has moisture in it. Measuring and cutting clean space for the floor is one of the last steps to lining a crawl space and means that you're almost done. The clean space liner comes in 24-foot by 50-foot pieces that are accordion folded to make a 6-foot roll. It consists of 4 6-foot panels that are factory heat sealed at the seams. If you cut 8 feet off the roll while it's folded, when you unfold it, it will be 8 feet by 24 feet. Some installers prefer to unroll and unfold the liner in the yard and then make their cuts. Make straight, clean cuts so the job looks neat installed. On the lawn or driveway is a good place to cut, but if it's raining, the garage works pretty good. Make sure to have a straight edge and sharp new blades on your utility knife. A good pair of high-quality contractor scissors or shears can be useful in cutting clean space too. More likely than not, you'll have multiple floor pieces due to the amount of piers or obstacles you might encounter. Once you make the cuts, we roll the liner blue side out, fold the roll if necessary, and get it in place in the crawl space where you'll begin unrolling it. To make cleanup easier, don't crawl on top of it if you're dirty. Get out of the crawl space and clean yourself up. Once the first floor piece goes down, you can take your boots off as you get on top of it and slide around in your socks while you fit and spike and tape the liner in place. If there is a drainage system, fasten the clean space up the wall a few inches to keep the seam out of the drainage. If not, you can spike it to the floor so it doesn't move before you tape it. Fasten the liner around the perimeter and tape it using one of the tapes. There are several different tapes we have available. We started with a textured tape that visually matches the clean space perfectly, but it has a backing on it that you have to peel off. Some guys love it. The first tape without a backing that we used is now called Original Clean Space Tape. This is great tape and it sticks really well, but it's hard to pull off the roll. Some who have used it prefer this tape still. The next tape we used is called Quick Release Tape. It is easy to pull off the roll, but sticks really well. This is the tape that we like to use since it's user-friendly and performs. Quick Release Tape is 4 inches wide and 200 feet to a roll. We have another tape called Butyl Tape that is a very sticky 2-sided tape that you can stick between 2 layers of clean space. It has good water sealing properties, but on a vertical seam you have to have fasteners often along the seam since the butyl tape can creep open over time if it's pulled on. Look guys, this is the deal with the tape. It's not meant to hold water back or to hold clean space up on a wall. It is simply meant to keep a seam closed. You have to keep the seams out of the water by draining puddles away and keeping seams out of the drainage trenches. And you have to keep the clean space in place by fastening it enough to the top of the walls, to piers, even to the bottom of the walls, and to the top and sides of footings as necessary so the clean space doesn't move. Use spikes into the dirt to make sure the floor piece doesn't move. It's the fasteners that make the job look good and tight and never move. Then the tape just holds the seams closed. Don't rely on the tape to keep clean space in place or to keep it dry. When you use the tape, be sure the clean space is clean and dry. In the summer, condensation will form on the clean space as you are installing it. You will have to wipe it down with a clean, dry rag just before you tape it to get the tape to stick well. Cut the tape clean and straight. Don't tear it. Be sure to keep the liner and tape away from any wood or metal, and never seal clean space to a combustion appliance like a furnace, boiler, or water heater. And keep it 12 inches away from the exhaust pipes or any other heat source. If you have a wood or metal post, you'll have to either jack the post up a hair and slide the clean space under it, or seal the clean space to the footing that the post rests on. Measure your floor pieces so the liner goes 6 inches past the row of piers from each side. Then cut crow's feet in the clean space to let it fall down around the pier. Then simply wrap the pier with a collar of clean space. Pinky rolls work great for this and keep a nice straight line at the top. Like the walls, piers should be wrapped within 3 inches of the top, and the top edge should be caulked. Do not use tape at the top edge, since obviously you would never try to tape clean space to concrete. Do a final inspection and make sure all the clean space is tight, all the seams are closed securely, and that there is enough fasteners and spikes in the floor so that nobody crawling in the crawl space can pull the clean space off the walls or pull it open at a seam. This is important because we want the clean space to last and stay in place as long as the house is standing. You're going to run into a lot of odd things to wrap with clean space. With some creativity, you can get it done. In looking at these photos, you can see that you can make the clean space job work no matter what kind of obstacles you come across.